In this day and age of fast food media where Netflix is producing hundreds of mediocre films, and these being the top 5 most watched films of 2018, Roma is without a doubt the best film of the year, and this is why it's so important. So every year I have a film that completely amazes me. In 2016 it was Moonlight, a fantastically, wonderfully shot film with so much to say. 2017 brought us Call Me By Your Name, this amazing work from Luca Guadagnino, which also impacted me a lot. In 2018 I was surprised I hadn't seen any film that did this to me, and then came Roma.
¿Y ahora tú qué tienes? ¿Qué? ¿No me vas a hablar?
No puedo, estoy muerto.
Entonces resucita pues y ya nos vamos.
No puedo, estoy muerto.
Ah, bueno.
¿Qué haces? ¿Qué haces? ¿Qué haces? Ya dime.
I was hesitant at first, but it drew me in from that first scrub on that wet floor to that airplane-filled sky drowned with buildings. I'm going to be honest, I've never seen an Alfonso Cuarón film besides Harry Potter. This made Roma very surprising to me. A man whose work I barely know of has made my favorite film of 2018. When it ended, I sat there for half an hour just mesmerizing. The footsteps, the meals, the exercises before bed, washing dishes, all things that make this film unforgettable to me. The overwhelming simplicity of reality. There's a similarity between these three. They all represent groups of people who are not often put out there, and I believe this is super important in film. Of course, all of these are beautifully shot and directed, but the message is what matters the most. Count without looking any of it up how many films you remember who were about working women. I bet you can name 5. Cuarón shows us what it's like to be a woman in the 1970s, how much you had to give up, how much you had to endure. The film feels so personal and real. It really shatters the thin line between fiction and documentary, and in a good way. He based it off his childhood. Cleo is an image of his actual nanny, the woman who raised him. There are various things that hint to leaving in this film, running away, and there are actually cases of that, the men constantly running away from their responsibilities. Cleo just stays there, fighting. She has her own problems, and she also must be there for the kids, for her boss, for everyone. She doesn't really evolve as a character, there's no real arc for her. This film focuses on relationships. These two women are severely different, yet they go through the same things. They're both at the edge of this cliff and they hold on to each other. This makes Cleo part of the family, more than just a maid. It's in this scene during New Year's Eve where a fire bursts out. This is where we see everyone coming together. Despite all their differences, their backgrounds, their past, they're there, united for what matters most. I think it's important we have these films. Although it's a fiction, it feels very much real. All of this could happen and most likely has happened. A lot of people see cinema as a way to escape reality. I don't blame them. For a few hours you just don't have to think. Films like Johnny English, Bird Box, Jurassic World, and Venom, these are perfect for that. But for me, cinema is a way of reflecting on the world, saying what you want to say and what you need to say in an intelligent and different way. Now, this is what makes Roma a fantastic masterclass in cinema, and what makes it so important in 2018. So just last year there was so much going on with Netflix and film, whether they should or not deserve awards and nominations. I think Roma completely answers that. Although it was released in various theaters around the world, most of its viewers come from Netflix, and it's amazingly important that Netflix buys these films. I just wanted to thank them for it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a lot of fun making these. Also, you can leave a comment down below telling me things. Yeah, and subscribe if you like the content. The button's right there.